Omat, Omat, Omat. As we look through these human eyes, we are seeing much static energy, if you choose, within many auric fields here today. What could feel like conflict, disruption, intensity of consciousness is beginning to rise up within each of you. Who here has been experiencing many different things within their body, within their emotions? Are you feeling your physical bodies very heavy? Who here is in pain of an unusual form? Very good. This is perfect. And the reason it feels unusual is because you have not experienced this before. Your mind is beginning to worry, perhaps, that you have some rare condition, that there is something that cannot be healed. We are telling you, you are on the brink, on the edge of becoming what we are terming the new human. But for the new human to emerge, the old human must first come up into consciousness fully, absolutely, without judgment. Now, what is this new human? This new human is not new. This is the original blueprint of your consciousness coming within a human biological suit to express God through purity and grace. And you began as this in what we term the first temple. When you walked this planet, or flew this planet, or swirled around this planet, it does not matter, for you did all of these things. It's when your consciousness was one with Earth, with her nature, with the stars, with the solar system. There was no separation. But the powerless ones came along, and you all fell from your own grace. But this was part of the divine plan, and we can feel your anger in this. But nobody asked you to be here. You understand what we say. You came here in this time of consciousness as destructor gods, in other words, creating from the limitations of your thoughts, creating from the limitation of your beliefs. So God could realize what it was not. It is almost as if God was looking in the mirror at itself with no way to gauge what that was. The reflection coming back was not enough. You souls jumped into the mirror and you did not look back. You jumped into the mirror, into a consciousness that kept reflecting things back to you, but what was being reflected back to you was separation. You had not looked back to see your true reflection. So off you travelled through the mirror, through the illusion, and here you are. And what is the way back to the new human? What have you each discovered about one another? That when you look at one another, you are mirroring back the separation. You are mirroring back the pain. Now it is time to look at the source of the mirror, to look at and feel what was before the mirror, which is God, which is love, which has always been inside of you. So there has been complications, if you choose. There has been destruction. There has been confusion. And when you were moving through the space of this mirror, you were creating in moment after moment after moment. You understand what we say. And see, even around you, we began this transmission with there is conflict and confusion and static energy. It is also around outside of us as we speak. There is lots of movement, there is lots of doors, not slamming, brother, thank you very much. It is all right. Smile, brother, we know you are in pain. All right. If you are here this morning, it is because you wish to uproot the separation. Who is over the old human? But you cannot throw the old human out, for it is still part of your creation. But may we say the use by date is definitely up. It is turning sour, is it not? Are your consciousness not curdling with the thoughts that you keep being given and fed through your media, through your society? Is there not a bitter taste in your mouths by now? That the old human cannot survive, and we tell you the old human cannot survive. The old human will be going someplace else. So we need to get to the core this morning in this first transmission of the old human, and we wish you to be exquisitely truthful with yourselves. Do not let the mind trick you into believing that you have it all together, that there is nothing to do. In fact, in truth, there is nothing to do. Absolutely nothing. But there is a thing we term enlightened egos. Laugh, yes. You see what we say? There is a thing called enlightened egos that believe they are special, that believe they have an individual gift that no one else could possibly have, that they are destined for greatness and all they need to do is sit on their bottoms and do nothing, that they have worked through all their karmas and deserve to be untouched. Now we have come here to teach you how to be untouchables, but not from your minds. That is not possible. For does your mind not wish to be untouched by criticism, by judgment, by blame, by shame? This is not what we mean. We mean you are untouched when you allow the consciousness of your heart and your soul to radiate through your life. The new human is the original human who remembers their divinity and their pure connection to all of existence, who is proud to walk this planet in that state of consciousness, for in truth you have always been in that state of consciousness, you just have not realized it. That state of consciousness has never left you. That state of consciousness is eternally present, or you could not exist. You see what we say? So it is time to go into, we say this with love, the garbage bin of the mind, where all the programs, lifetime after lifetime, have told you that you are flawed, you are born in sin, you are on the bottom of the spiritual ladder, that you must ascend, that you do not have the knowledge and wisdom, that you must suffer and strain and work hard to be a good human before you deserve any connection with your Creator. This is the biggest pack of lies placed upon you, and we have said this to you before, and we will say it again. 1% of the world's population is ruling this planet and programming it. 99% of you have swallowed the programming to believe it to be truth. Now, can you see the insanity in this? Now, you have beaten yourselves up, for many of you understand this already, and you are angry with yourselves that you have swallowed such propaganda and fear and programming. And that also was put in place by the powerless ones for those of you who are awakening. Now you have gone from I am less than, I am born in sin, to how stupid have I been? How dumb have I been? You see how you keep going around in the same thing. Do not judge yourselves. Wake yourselves up to the fact that 1% of this planet is controlling 99% through fear and through lies. Everything you have been taught, in fact, is a lie. We said from our first transmission, you are the masters. You are the pioneers of God, for you have had the courage to take on a human suit, wrap it with an ego mind, and just for the big bow on top, an emotional body. But this is the first time that God's consciousness has been able to feel itself through your five senses. So it can touch love, see love, smell love, taste love, embrace love. This has been an extraordinary experience for God. But you are God. And that's where the transmission comes to a grinding halt. Well, that is the only truth you need to realize. But you can only feel this, for again, you have been programmed by the 1% to believe what God is through their eyes, not to feel the truth of God in your own heart. For in truth, every perception of God is correct and every perception of God is wrong. Because in fact, God cannot be perceived. It can only be felt beyond speech, beyond thought. But because this is your experience, everything you believe and don't believe is perfect for your experience, or you would not be having it. So this 1% has told you God is a judging God, God is a loving God, God is of wrath, God is of light. You see the conflicting stories you have been given, because when a being lies, the hardest thing is to remember the lies. So this 1% who have programmed you keep changing the goalposts, because they are getting deeper and deeper into lying to you. Now we take this from the macro to the micro. As you sit here as a human being, 1% of your being is running the other 99% of your being. And that 1% is the human garbage bin called the mind. The 99% is the God of which we speak to you of. The 99% is the heart and the soul and its divine intelligence. It is time to get out of the 1% of you into the 99% of you. This is what has been causing your suffering and your disease and your sorrow. So we must give the mind something to understand. And as you understand, the powerless ones are ruling this planet. The powerless one in you is your mind and the thoughts you have been given by the powerless ones. that is ruling your human experience and your human bodies. Now you know, and we have said before, there is such an epidemic of cancer. Cancer is the physical manifestation in the belief of separation. What does a cancer cell do? It separates itself from the healthy cells. It has abandonment issues. Every tumour in a body is the physical manifestation of abandonment. Believing that 1% of your own beliefs and believing that 1% of the planet's, it is creating epidemics of disease. Now, if it was true that you were separate, you would not get sick. Do you understand what we say? Because truth gives you energy and life force. Truth cannot make you sick. So for healers here, when you see a disease or a dysfunction in a body, you know it is a lie. It is not a truth. But that lie, that disease, all it requires to transform itself is the truth of love. That is the medicine, the elixir of truth, that you are all one. You see what we say? So disease is the manifestation of lies, and the greatest lies you can place upon yourselves are your own self-judgments. Because judgment can only come from separation. Remember, God is standing there looking in the mirror going, what is that? And it split itself into many different frequencies and took itself out beyond its own identity. And now it is time to turn around and look back at what is standing there before the mirror. And it is God, and it is you, looking back at yourselves. You understand what we say? We wish to clarify this. We wish to bring up the complete consciousness of the old human in each of you here today. So when you walk out this door, you are walking out as the new human, the original human, who is fully awake, fully aware. You owe it to yourselves, and you owe it to your children. You owe it to your family and your planet. You owe it to the God of yourself to make the choice to stop your suffering and playing along in the 1% game that says you are flawed, you are imperfect, you are filled with sin. It needs to stop here today, because we tell you, if you do not do this, you are going to walk out that door and continue to be beaten around the head severely. So just sit here a moment and breathe. Bring yourself completely into this moment. Breathe in and out through the solar plexus. Give the soul life. Give it energy. Give it vitality. Let it wake up within you, for the heart and soul are the lovers of your internal being. The soul is the feminine force. The heart, the masculine. Together they make the most magnificent consciousness of God itself. The soul is the receiver of inspiration, of divine current from its source, and its voice is the heart. The feeling comes through the heart. Just become aware of the heart and the soul. You do not have to try to do anything. And if the mind is saying, well, I cannot feel it, I cannot go there, that is fine. Do not start arguing with the mind. That is what got you into this in the first place. We are simply asking you to feel the truth. Truth is the elixir of everything. All right, we have questions. Any question? Yes, dear one. All right.
I don't know where to start. About 3 weeks ago, I ended up in hospital overnight. I really wanted to get through. I could feel rage, I could feel grief very deep in me, and I really went into myself deeply to get that out, or to release it, or to let it go. And
All right.
yeah,
Just before you continue, what was the cause of your hospital visit?
acute amnesia,
Acute amnesia.
acute amnesia, and total global confusion.
Isn't that already on the planet? Global confusion. Why do they call it global confusion in an individual? Does anybody know?
It's to do with the head.
Oh, they call this the globe, do they? We can't help but smile. Do you know how many beings are going to be admitted with global confusion? That is also an epidemic. Now, we wish to give you the mechanics of what has just happened to you, for this could happen to others.
Thank you.
We have spoken to you of rage, and that in truth, rage is unexpressed love. Now, in the connection that you each have with everything, you are all connected to a frequency of energy called love, called divine current, called God. And this comes down through the crown chakra and should ground in the Earth Star. However, due to the many beliefs, due to the poisoning of your bodies, due to the heaviness of consciousness on your planet and within yourselves, often this divine current cannot ground safely within your Earth Star. Now, this current called love is what allows you to sit here now and have your heart spontaneously beat on their own. When this comes in, and understand love only asks one thing, and that's expression of itself. That is all. Acknowledgement through expression. Now, love is the foundation of all existence. Love is the ancient rug that each of you are individually woven within. It is the foundation of everything. It is the beginning and end of everything. So here you each have this magnificent current running through your body, because most of you in your belief systems of separation have not wished to even be on the planet. Your Earth Star has become very weak. It has also become very weak from putting yourselves into concrete buildings, artificial lighting, artificial air through air conditioning. For the elements are your true medicine, as we have said many times. So the Earth Star becomes very sloppy. So the current comes in. It is not spontaneously expressed through the heart, because you have so many belief systems up here that tell you I must feel safe before I express love. I must find the right person before I express love. You understand what we say? This 1% has told you all of this. So the divine current comes in. It is not expressed. It is magnetized down into the base chakra, which is filled with fear. How am I going to survive in this mental institution called Mother Earth? I have to suffer, I have to strive, I have to fight. You see what we say? So love builds up in the base chakra, all coming from the belief systems, for fear is in your heads, but it's your thoughts that create your physical body. So love comes in, it has nowhere to go, a trigger happens. In your case, it does not matter what the trigger is or was. You feel the rage starting to come up from your base chakra. Now everything must return to its original creator. And the original creator of fear is your mind. You see how you created this global confusion. What in truth is happening, dear one, is the rage was unexpressed love that out of love for you began to clear the brain of belief systems. Your amnesia was a circuit breaker to release the belief systems of fear and doubt. You see what we say?
Yes.
How do you feel after this event?
I felt incredibly still, silent. I felt complete in the hospital bed. I had everything checked. I don't take medication. I don't take supplements. My heart is clear. My chest is, everything's got a tick. But when the family, of course, were a bit concerned, more than a bit concerned, and I don't even have a doctor, but when I got back home, the energy was really almost overpowering, and I still feel that energy is sort of...
Here we go. This is a critical thing. This is a beautiful question.
Yes.
Your mind is saying the energy is overwhelming.
Okay. Yeah.
And why is it overwhelming? Because you believe you cannot control it. But you cannot control love. How can you? If you fall into it, it takes care of everything.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
There is nothing to believe.
No.
There is nothing to work for. There is nothing to fight for.
No.
There is nothing to protect yourself from. The mind fears power. The mind fears not being able to control that power. That is all. Now, those of you having unusual pain in your body as we started this transmission, this is coming from your base chakra. This is emanating out, for the base chakra rules the physical body. The base chakra rules your bladder and kidneys, which is where you tend to hold your fear. So it is shaking. Did you not just have an earthquake in the center of this great southern land? That is electrically, magnetically designed to shake that base chakra. Who has been feeling this intensity of energy just before this earthquake, whenever it was, 3 days perhaps? You need to surrender to it, let the body explode out the love. But always remember, the energy must go back to its creator, and the creator of these things is always the mind. So as we said, this global confusion is going to be of epidemic proportions. Thank you for such a wonderful question.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Oh, no.
have one more question? Yes, dear one. All right.
Min, I would like to talk about free will in regards to the old human that you're talking about. I believe before we incarnate, we make an agreement on the lessons we want to learn, and through that process situations are presented to us, but along that we have the free will to accept and learn the lesson or the gift, as you have mentioned before, or not. My question is, if we don't take on that learning at that time, is that situation, does it keep repeating, or does it come back in different ways? And is this what you're talking about in regards to working through that process, getting back to ourselves? Do you understand?
Again, a beautifully complicated question asked by the mind. All right. There are two types of will. You have your divine will, which is from the divine intelligence of your soul, and you have your free will, which is from the programming of your human mind. Your divine will, your soul, set the chart of your human voyage. Its only intention in setting that chart was for the expression and expansion of love as an individual aspect of God. Now, many of you have washed yourselves up on the rocks, crashed into the shore, been in huge seas, have you not? Because you allowed the free will to steer the ship from fear, to steer the ship from programming of expectation of things going wrong. So I better protect myself, I better find a safe cove, I better get away from this storm, because it will hurt me, because I believe I am separate from everything around me and that I will die. See what we say? If that ship was allowed from the beginning to sail from the intention of love, it still wouldn't matter if you crashed on the shore, you got caught in a storm. Love still sees it as a divine experience, for love knows it's eternal. Love knows that this is only an experience, it is not a destination. But you have been trying to stop the waves rolling on the ocean. You have been trying to stop the thunder clouds coming overhead. Humanity has tried to control its pain because it believes in separateness, that there is pain, and that is one thing that is true. In the belief of separation, you cause your pain. And pain is not a truth. Remember this, anytime you are feeling pain, you are not in truth. You see what we say? Because truth always gives life, gives love, gives exhilaration, gives bliss, gives life force. So, you're still on the ship. Your soul wants you to come back into oneness with it. Free will was created in separation. Because if you are moving with the consciousness of the one love, you would be like a school of fish or a flock of birds that instinctively move as one together. Instinctively know where to be on the planet at any given moment. instinctively feel the cycles of the elements. Once you have locked yourselves up, may you say, on the shore, all your boats have crashed over several lifetimes, and we can see the look on your face. Do not judge yourself. You needed to have the experience of being on the shore. You see what we say? And this is the old human, built protective caves, if you choose, on the shore, looking out at the ocean of love and oneness, going, I will go back there one day, but I need to feel safe before I go into the water, before I surrender to love, which is a bottomless ocean. Now, many have walked in there with a partner, perhaps, looked back at the shore, looked back at the safety net, and gone, oh dear, there is no turning back if I surrender to this love. Next thing you know, someone's trying to drown somebody. Someone is hanging on to somebody's neck, trying to stay afloat. And feel the funniness in this. Do not judge yourselves. You are the ship. The moment you place yourself in what you believe is a protective vehicle to go out into the ocean of love, how can you experience it? You are still separate from the ocean. You skim along the top. So, here you all stand as the old humans on the shore, perhaps putting your little toe in to see what it's like. And many of you, and this is where we want you to smile, the stories you have been given in your religious propaganda have told you such beings as Jesus are going to save you. Well, we tell you, Jesus is standing on the shore with his lifeguard suit on, pointing. Here he comes. These doors open without fail, do they not, brother?
Good timing.
Good timing. Here he comes. He's in his life jacket, and he's standing at the shore, and everyone is lining up in front of Jesus because he is going to take you into divine love. He is your safety net into love. Why do you think they gave you the story that he walked on water? Can you see what we are truly saying here? That Jesus was going to take you into the ocean, but you were not going to get wet. You were not going to see if you float or you sunk. He is your Saviour. Well, we tell you, he's standing there at the flags, but he is only pointing to the ocean. He cannot put you in there. Your divine will from your soul will never ever let you drown. But that requires a leap of faith, not by the soul, but by the mind. You see the difference? So you have to be gentle and kind to your minds. When they start judging you, do not tell it to go away. Say, it's all right, mind. I understand what you have been fed for thousands and thousands of years. And I love you, for your mind has the most extraordinary gift of imagination to assist the soul with what it has come here to do. And again, as children, you were programmed, don't listen to your imagination. That is a fantasy, that is a folly, it is not real. Well, it is real, it is how we speak to you. Does this assist? All right. Now we are just going to take a moment to take you down into the basements of your fear. We wish to stir it up a little bit through understanding, through love. So when you come back, we're going to initiate and activate the new human through your divine wills. So just closing your eyes for a moment. Feeling your consciousness in the middle of your head. See it beginning to walk down a spiral staircase in the center of your mind, staying in your mind. It's getting darker and darker down this spiral staircase. But magically you can still see. You step off the staircase onto ancient stone. And in the ancient stone is a trapdoor. And through the ancient timber you can see this bright red light. And you can feel within your sacral center apprehension, fear perhaps. What is this red thing under the trapdoor? It is your base chakra. And it appears and it feels like rage. It feels like anger. It feels like a force you cannot control. So you sit down on the ancient stone. And you begin to breathe in and out through your heart chakra. You begin to feel a deep love and compassion. And you feel the force of this light under the trapdoor, beginning to calm itself a little, beginning to quieten itself a little. And your mind will tell you underneath the trapdoor is rage and repressed anger. But now you go into your heart and you feel it as what it truly is, which is the force of love that is beyond control, beyond taming, beyond containing. And this red begins to turn the most magnificent pink. And you open the trapdoor. And this consciousness moves up and is before you. And you say to this consciousness, I am so sorry that my belief systems separated you from me, that my experiences had me fear you. I know you know that I have experienced illusion. And this ball becomes huge. And it is such a force that now moves upon you, around you. It is love. It is truth. It is pure. There is no rage. There is the force of love. Give it permission to radiate through your base chakra, to revitalize your physical body, to harmonize your emotional body, to balance both sides of your brain. Bring yourselves back into your bodies. Feel this force of love in the base of your body. See it now run its light down into your earth star under your feet. Feel your whole auric field filled with this light of love. Feel it caress your skin. Breathe it in. You can only surrender to this. There is no other way. Feel your whole consciousness completely in your body. Feel heat in your base chakra. Feel the heat move up your spinal column, up into your brain. Feel the passion and the pleasure and the purpose. Feel oneness. And taking a nice deep breath in and out through the heart center. When you are ready, open your eyes. Now this is going to move a lot of stuff. Breathe. Drink water. Lay in your sun. On your earth. There is nothing to fear. And understand, initiating this as a group shall have such an impact on each of you and those you are connected to. But when we return, we're going to open up those pineal glands. We're going to initiate the watcher who looked in the mirror and said, "Who am I?" You are each universal blessings. We love you beyond anything you can imagine. Om Mart, Om Mart, Om Mart.